Quite an appropriate song, actually. Normally the way I do these is for Total Steeler podcast, but I'm not doing them for about 4 weeks, so... And just to feed my addiction to content creation, I'm sure Ray will be pissed off at me saying that, but hey, is the simple fact that I just like doing content. It's quite simple, really. Just come from the gym. Like I said, this song by Falling in Reverse is very apt for people like me. Loser, yeah? I'm sure someone will be going, you're not a loser, Steve-O. Type in the comments. Steve-O, don't think about yourself like that. Calm down, it's a joke. Yeah? Do you really think Andy Millman was going to slit his wrists when he says it to the dullard in Extras, which I watched last night? No, it's a joke. Thanks for that, but I think I'm going to go home and slit my wrists. Absolutely hilarious episode of Extras, that. Hold on a minute, let's play a bit more of this. I don't actually know how much I can get away with on YouTube regarding playing music. I'm sure Jason's screaming at me, stop doing it! Although he did do a very good cover of I'm Not a Vampire. Was it I'm Not a Vampire, Jason? I can't remember now. I genuinely can't remember. Yeah, hello everybody, welcome to this another drive along pointless video with Steve-O. Yeah, another pointless one where people don't even watch them, to be honest with you. I can tell that by the analytics. And what's the analytics exactly? Just the view count. Although what I do find weird about YouTube, hope you're not going to slag off YouTube, Steve-O. Nah, wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that. This is my view, by the way. You get a better one now. Look at that. Just the back of the bus. That's it. Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't quite understand how YouTube works, because on the quick 5-minute video that I did reacting to the assistant manager chip, which I'm going to talk about now, we've had a reflection about it. Reflection on our lives when we think about the mystery chip, and now every single content creator has done a reaction video to it. You know, the type thumbnails. There are some, I'm not going to name who, you could probably work them out. Some of their thumbnail pictures, it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, I take kind of pride in when I do the pictures for Alex Follow, I just copy wrestling poses and, you know, the old Stone Cold Steve Austin one like that. Or what is it, the Rock one, Alex? He's not here, Steve-O, what I'm going to do, and he just sticks his arm up like that. This is what I mean, I'm a loser. But certainly the reflection on, and yeah, sorry, I was going to say about the YouTube nonsense is that, yeah, 57 comments. That's comments from you and comments being replied to, and yet still it doesn't get pushed. Nothing. That's probably the highest engaged video I think Elite FPL have had for, do you know what, I couldn't even tell you. And yet, barely anybody's watched it. In fact, there's probably more comments than there are views. Think about that! As Mr. Reed says, as we're now in a 20 zone in Plymouth, where the cunt in front, where the guy in front of me is doing, well, I'm doing 16 at the moment. Jesus God almighty. Just drive. Crying out loud. Yeah, so I don't quite understand how the algorithms work, or the avatars, or whatever you want to call it on YouTube. Makes no sense. But yeah, I just want to, I did a voice message to Dan, because Dan was saying how he enjoyed the streams and enjoying the fact that there are now guests on the show, and I seem to be enjoying myself and whatnot. And certainly from my point of view regarding, and he asked about this FPL mystery chip and whole manager thing, and I just summarised it with this. So in game week 24, so Trigger Lips did a very good video explaining it all, but you know, I'm going to do a better version of that. So game week 24, FPL is going to announce on their website, or mainly their app and social media, because you've got to keep the engagement up on social media. Don't worry about the website or anything, just concentrate on social media. So it released on that day, oh my god, which manager are you going to choose? And then it'll say, these are what the experts think, and there'll be Holly Shan, Gianni, Focal, Mark Southerns, as potentially Andy, then you'll have Praz, Late Riser. Jesus Christ, just turn. God almighty. Shitting yourselves in a Volvo 4x4 on a roundabout in a 20 zone. Stop driving. It's extraordinary. Yeah, so then you'll have Praz, Late Riser, and all the usual suspects giving their opinions on, well, I think the best strategy in this and that and that and that. So you got this chip between game week 24 and 36, because obviously you have it for 3 weeks. I mean, you could in theory have it for one game week in game week 38, but obviously we're not going to be doing that. But certainly the engaged managers will have it for 3 weeks at some point between game weeks 34 and 36. And yeah, so you choose it between, let's just say people activate, which they will do in game week 24. So you've got 24, 25, 26. So you choose Postecoglou. You just choose him. And in fact, who's the? I can't even remember who the manager. Who's Postecoglou? Who's he the manager for? Oh, Tottenham, of course. And Postecoglou. I'm not even pronouncing his name right. So you choose him, and he's got Southampton, whatever team he's got, Southampton at home. I'm just making this up as I go along. And it's, oh, Ange is only 1 million, brilliant. But Southampton, they're low in the table. They're guaranteed to beat him, so at least that's 6 points for me. Oh, but wait a minute, they got Man United away next. Don't want that. Wait a minute, what's that? You can choose another manager in this time period, but hold on. I can choose another manager, but I'm not allowed to change a player as well. It's part of my transfers. Oh, what? Yeah, it's part of your transfers, mate. But this is a chip. Why are you punishing me for me saving up my transfers, and now you've added an extra player into the team, and yet I have to use part of my budget, 0.5 to 1.5, to choose another manager, potentially, and then also, oh wait a minute, I've already got three Liverpool assets. I can't bring in Arne Slot for Fulham at home. Oh, go on, crash, aren't we? Oh, that Mercedes in front of us. Oh, I just did a really stupid thing just now. Dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Don't know where you're going. Like I said, this video is going to be all over the place. All over the place, as she says in Faulty Towers. So, yeah. So wait a minute. I've got 3 Liverpool. Oh damn! I can't get Arne Slot in for that fixture, for that really good fixture against Fulham. Oh fucking hell! So what do I do instead? Oh, what's that? Ruud van Nistelrooy's got Ipswich at home. Oh, fuck it, I'll stick it on him. He costs 0.5. Oh, I haven't got 0.5 in the bank. Oh, I can't even get Ruud van Nistelrooy. I can't even get a manager in my team. But how will I be able to get a manager in my team in the second week of this chip usage? Well, you're just going to have to stick with Tottenham versus Man United. All right, then I'll do that then. Like, oh, wait a minute, Mr. Reed. Here's the Kerrang song, which they play every bloody week. This video's definitely not going to be uploaded. Although there is a good bit in this song when it kicks in, it goes dun 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 dun. It'll come up in a minute. I bet you can't wait for that when we start playing that loud. To be honest with Steve, we don't give a shit. We just care about how to use this assistant manager. Here we go. Any good thing about that song? Is it? So, you've got this chip that you use on one manager, but then you feel like, oh, I want to change it with it. What the fuck? This is so convoluted. Yes, I'm sure that, I know there are easier ways to play this chip. I'm not blind. But God almighty, absolute nonsense. It really is. You really are. It really is absolute nonsense regarding the chip, this assistant chip manager crap. Like, the idea, don't get me wrong, if the idea was between game week 24 and 38, but I'm just going to say 36 because you'd be an idiot otherwise not to do it. But let's just say 36 to use it for the 3 game weeks. If they had just said you can pick a manager between then, it lasts for 3 game weeks, fine. And then all people are just going to do is copy Harry, who've got the best fixtures. Oh, it's Man United in game weeks 31 to 34, where they've got Ipswich at home, Southampton at home, and then Tottenham away. Right, brilliant, put it on him, done, move on. Forget all this. Oh, but I've got 3 Man United assets. And like, talk about, it's almost like I said in the voice message to Dan, and I said it on the video the other day, but it's right. FPL managers want to make the game more kind of engaging and a bit more difficult than normal. How can we do that? I don't know. What does Football Manager do? What does Fan Team do? What does Pro Evolution Soccer do? What does FIFA do? Well, it allows you to kind of like have a manager in the game, and if you pick certain manager. Yeah, you know what, Nick? You're right. That's right, Nick. Yeah. Let's make it a bit more making people think rather than just pressing a button. Pressing a button that will get you triple points, or all your defenders get double points. Now don't do that. Cut that bit out. No, keep that bit in. Now take that away. No, we don't want that. What we want is right. So we get to pick a manager. Yeah, go on, Nick. Carry on talking, Nick, about this assistant manager. Right. Well, what it is, yeah, is that not only do we have this, you just pick a manager from the Premier League who, if they beat a team above them, they get extra points. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Nick. If you don't know what I'm doing an impression of, his extras. Andy Millman when he's speaking to David Bowie. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, we'll put that in. Small little fat man, chubby little loser. That'll be me. Chubby little loser. A chubby little... So, yeah, not only will we have every Premier League manager involved in this, and not only can we use the chip between games 24 and 38, yeah, what we'll do is we'll charge the managers, the FPL managers that is, for a manager. What do you mean? That sounds intriguing. Yeah, so what we can do is, like, the crap managers down at the bottom, like the Ipswich manager, or the Southampton manager, or the Wolves manager. Do you know their names, Steve? Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I know about them, yeah. Right, what we can do, yeah, is we charge them 0.5 million, because they're not going to win any games. Yeah? But like the likes of Man City manager and the Tottenham manager and Chelsea manager, you're not going to name their names, Steve? No. I don't know any. Right, yeah, I know about them managers, yeah. Well, they're obviously going to be winning games, so we'll put them as 1.5 million. Hey, you're onto something here, Nick. Hold on, I think it's a good song. Zebrahead, it sounds like this. Doesn't this sound like Sum 41? Zebra, I've heard of Zebrahead, but I didn't know they sound like that. They sound exactly like that, Gareth. So anyhow, okay, so we're going to charge the managers for, aren't they going to be a bit annoyed at that? Oh, well, I've got something even better for you, because that's going to make them think. Yeah, you know what, you're right, they're going to have to think about this. But here's another thing. They're not allowed to have 3 players. You know how we've got that ruling, how you can only have 3 players from a certain club? Yeah. Right, well, they're not allowed to have for instance, if you've got 3 Arsenal players, you can't have Arteta because that's a 4th asset. Hey, Nick, you're bloody onto something here. Right, you know what? Let's carry on that theme, shall we? Right, so you can't have 4 assets and you've got to pay for that manager. Brilliant idea, Nick. Go on, what other ideas have you got? Well, here's an even better idea for you. So like I said, we got how the managers score points. If the team, so if you're, for instance, the Chelsea manager, and he's up against, for instance, Liverpool, and Chelsea were to win that game, you're going to get 5 extra points. What? Oh, that's Nick. You are brilliant. Yeah. You know what? That's really rewarding for FPL managers. Right. So, not only do we have to pay for the manager, not only can we not allow to have 4 assets from the same team because that manager is part of Arsenal, right? But if they beat a team above them, yeah, they're going to get extra. Oh, brilliant, Nick. Yeah, well done, Nick. Yeah. Any other ideas? Yeah, well, I've got other ideas. If they score, the amount of goals they score will give them an extra point. Yeah. Oh, okay. And if they draw a game, we're not going to punish them by only giving them 1 point. We'll give them 3 points. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So, yeah, that's brilliant. Any other ideas to this chip, Nick? Because this sounds like we're really going to have to think. Oh, you will be thinking. That's what Ian McKenna says. Oh, you will be thinking. Right. So what else do we have to do then? Well, not only that, but in those 3 weeks that you have this assistant manager chip, you can change your manager. Oh my God, Nick, this is mind-blowing. Go on, explain to me. So normally with a chip, what we've done in the past is we just press a button, play it on a double game week most of the time, unless you played it against Ipswich. You play in the double game week, you just press a button, that's it done, like triple captain or bench boost. Yeah, but what you're saying, this is going to last for 3 weeks. Not only that, you can change the manager within it. Yeah, but the thing is, you've still got to stick to that budget. You can't just go, oh well, you know, I've got 0.5 in the bank. Let's go up to a 1 million manager like that. No. It's still got to be a 0.5 manager unless you've got the enough budget in. Oh, Nick, this is so amazing. Nick, I've got to say to you, mate, this is gold dust. Any other ideas? Yeah. These transfers come out your normal transfers. What? I am going mental, by the way. I'm aware of this. What people don't go mental in their car when they're all alone. They know that people aren't watching them. Yelena, I'm looking at you. So, let me get this straight. You've got 1 transfer and you fancy bringing in Eze because he's got a really good fixtures, but you've now got to think about the fact that, but wait a minute. My manager, Pep Guardiola. Oh, you know one name then? Oh, right, okay. You know the popular ones? Yeah. Pep Guardiola, he's got a really rubbish fixture against Tottenham because they never beat Tottenham, so I want to be bringing in Ruud van Nistelrooy against Ipswich at home. But it's going to cost you, because this is going to cost you. This is going to cost you. What do you mean, Nick? Well, you can't be having a transfer for your player and a transfer for it. No, we're going to have to take that out. So it's going to cost you a -4. Oh, for fuck. Nick, you are a genius. This is going to blow the minds off FPL managers. FPL managers are going to be like, whoa, God, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is going to fit into their strategy. I've just spoken there for what? Jesus Christ, 19 minutes. Are you having a laugh? 19 minutes. I'm gonna go on a pause for a second. You can see my view. Just move that over there. That is amazing, Steve-o. That is extraordinary. In fact, I'll give you a view. If you can see that hill in the distance there. Ooh, amazing, Steve-o. Yeah, so this whole thing, when you think about it, like I said, it's been for 19 minutes taking the piss Probably out there people watching this, because you're actually engaged in this shite. So why are you recording it for? Because I'm, like I said, like falling in reverses, you're a loser, yeah. And I'm desperate to create content. In all seriousness, this is what happened at FPL Towers. Remember, Praz was on FPL Juice. It was pretty obvious that he was being serious because obviously Praz is in with the people and he's clearly spoken to the people behind the scenes. And this would have been what, game week 4, game week 5, if not earlier. And they basically said, Praz said they don't have a clue what the chip is. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. We knew this. We knew this from the start. They didn't have a clue what the mystery chip is. And then they've decided to, for whatever reason, bring out some chip like this, which is, like I said, I may have been doing it in a comedic way. Yeah, it wasn't that funny, Steve. Yeah, I know it wasn't. I was doing it in a comedic way. You're still using that line again. I was doing it in a way which will hopefully make you laugh. But that's what they went through, the process of making this chip. How do we get people to think more about this chip that we're gonna make? You know, we haven't got an idea for this mystery chip. So all these people, where was it? Rupert, wasn't it? FPL semi-casual said, "Oh, don't worry about double points, triple points, quadruple points. Get 12 defenders, get 8 attackers, get a limitless chip." No, we can't be doing that. Let's make it so out there that people are just like, "Oh wow!" Like I put on Blue Sky. Do you know? Talking of Blue Sky, just sidetrack. So I'm deliberately on Blue Sky only if I ever post on there, which is like what, once a day, maybe twice a day. I'll post up a video of me taking the piss out of FPL. Doesn't sound like you, Stephen. Taking the piss out of FPL. And basically, I wanted to do an experiment, but I can't be bothered because I just find it ridiculous of posting on Blue Sky, posting on X, and see what gets the most engagement. But I just cannot stand posting the same thing on 2 different platforms. I just find it just pointless. So I just put it on Blue Sky, that scene in Peep Show, where Jeremy is in the studio with that band. And he's coming up with this idea of how to make their album a bit different and a bit out there. And he essentially says, right, instead of going from A to B to C to D, why don't we go from start at B, go straight to E, go back to A, and then to E, and your audience are like, wow! And the band look at them like, yeah, you can now leave. That's what it feels like with this. What the fuck is going on here with that truck? Jesus Christ, literally just done an emergency stop for no reason. Good Lord. Yeah, so that's how it feels with what FPL Towers did. We're constantly, because they've got someone that's a social media person that's just constantly looking at how managers are not only engaging with the page but talking about FPL. They tune into content creators. They're listening to what they're saying, and I'm not talking about this specific mystery chip. I'm just talking about they tune into content creators, mainly Andy and Focal, but you know, they tune into content creators to see the vibe of what's going on and what people are thinking. And they've clearly heard the fact that these guys are speaking about how, well, you know, I'm expecting it to be all strikers get double points, or vice captain and captain get your double point, whatever it is, or you know, you use the mystery chip in game week 27, and if you activate it, it means that you can change your captaincy on each game week. But if you feel the need to hold, so for instance on Saturday you've got Salah captaincy, right, he gets 10 points, and then you activate the chip and it says, right then, you can change the captaincy if you want on the Sunday for the next set of game week, next set of game days, and you can change that captaincy if you want to another player if you own one on Sunday, and then it's down, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. But they've just gone, nah, let's not do that. Let's really come at the FPL managers with something so out there that they're just going to be like, what? Oh God. It just blows my mind. And I know Nick and Boona think it's like the greatest idea on the planet, and it really isn't. I don't know why they're thinking that this is like a really good chip. I think maybe from a cynical point of view they're thinking, well, it's our way to catch up with the casuals. What, the same casuals that are just going to look at what Ben Crellin are doing, what Harry FPL's doing, and just copy them. And obviously you've got your casuals who are people that Alf sees on the streets of London and literally just says to them, you know, how are you doing? And they say, yeah, I'm doing all right. Do you play FPL? Yeah. Right, how are you doing in FPL? I don't know. All I know is that I'm second in my work mini league. Okay, well there's a title that says overall rank. What does the overall rank say? 15,000? 15,000. Oh my God, is that good? Is it good? That's fucking amazing. That's your casual player. But your person, like, I mean, Marlon won't be watching this, but someone like Marlon who I used to work with, who's somebody that does occasionally tune into FPL content. The reality is that when one of the big names, and by the way, when you see some of the big name content creators, and I'm not going to name who, popping up on Google News to promote their fucking YouTube channel, I mean, I don't know how much money they're ploughing into advertising, but Jesus Christ, now don't get me wrong, it could be just down to an algorithm, but come on. The fact that I went onto Google News when I swiped left on my home screen, and this very large content creator popped up, I'm thinking, hold on a minute here, that's interesting. How much money are you paying? Anyway, whatever. But that's what happens. It will be large content creator, FPL content creator, puts up a video that states, mystery chip unveiled. What's this? Okay. Even Marlon sent me a post on X about FPL announcing this chip. Okay? So if he's sending me that, how many other people are like that? So they're engaged enough in the game to know that something's going on. And yeah, they're just going to end up just be like, oh, what's that guy? Oh yeah, he's all right. Yeah, let's put it on that player there. You know, like I say, I know I'm a cynical bastard. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm not. But I really think that this chip has been. It's like I wrote on Gary's video, FPL had a beer, and I just wrote, the idea's there, which is true. The idea ain't too bad if it was genuinely something like you pick a manager and that's it, done, and you just choose which 3 game weeks of your choice and that's it, and you get extra points. That's fine, I don't have the problem with that. But to say that that manager's going to cost you, it's going to cost you from out of your own budget, it's also going to cost you a transfer from your own transfers. You can't make it a fourth asset from a team of players that you already own because you've already got 3 or more. And you can also change that manager within those 3 game weeks. I mean, even saying that is fucking convoluted. And yes, I'm fully aware that people that are really, really, really engaged in FPL and spend half their fucking life on the game and they do okay at the game, yeah, well done to you. But for people like me, these losers that create content for the sake of it, because I've got no one else in my life, so I've just got to speak to a shitty camera on a drive home from Plymouth. You know, I spend about 5 seconds going, right, they're the fixtures, right, he's got to give it, oh, okay, yeah, done, that'll do. Do some basic planning, literally the most basic of planning, and I'm done. That's why you're so shit at FPL, Steve. Yeah, I know, you don't need to remind me. Don't need to remind me at all. I'm fully aware, but I'm a rank. I mean, talking about game week, well, not my game week, but the game week up ahead, you know, without wanting to repeat what I said the other day, but certainly I am I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game week, because this game week there's going to be no postponements. Someone, I think it was Lucas Dunn, wrote on a video saying how, you know, the fact that, or no, it wasn't Lucas Dunn. Who the fuck was it? It was somebody, I can't remember. I'm not going to apologise because there's so many people that commented, but someone commented and said, you know, it would have been interesting to see if people if there wasn't a postponement, how many people would have captained Palmer after all. Now, obviously, we don't know what Salah would have done against Everton, but let's just go with the superstition that the player in the afternoon, the early kickoff, always blanks. Let's just go with that. Well, the amount of people that were probably going to captain Salah anyway would have been quite high. So, yeah, it would have been really interesting last game week to see how many people would have captained Palmer. I was still going with Bowen, remember. But certainly this game week really is a toss-up between Salah, Palmer. As it stands right this second, I've got it on Palmer because they're at home to Brentford, but I may switch it to Salah. I really don't know yet. I'm going to see, but the game week is so spread out. It's really frustrating. Like, I won't be doing. I'm not going to be doing any streams tomorrow. I'm on holiday at the end of the day. I'm not going to do it. Oh, you'll do a drive along shitty video, but you won't do a stream? No, because this is just me on my way home. I'm just pressing a button, done. I can't be bothered to set my laptop up and whatever and do it solo. I can't be bothered with that. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing any streams tomorrow. And then you've got Sunday. I'm not going to be doing Sunday streams either because I'm going back home. And yeah, so. But the matches are so spread out. Like on Sunday, what is it? 2 o'clock, 4:30 to 7 o'clock. Then you've got Monday evening as well. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place for me, this particular game week. And, you know, it will be interesting to see who, because obviously all the games start at 3 o'clock. Well, the first fixtures start at 3, 4 of them. And then see how Salah does. But I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty certain Salah at 3 p.m. kickoffs doesn't do well. I'm pretty certain that every time Salah plays 3 p.m, for whatever reason, from my own small recollection of and non-memory of Salah at 3 p.m, I'm pretty certain he doesn't do that particularly great. So, yeah, anyway. Can we get the fuck out of here, Steve? Oh, yeah. I'll show you an image of a truck trying to overtake a van. It's taken them about half an hour. I've had to slow down to 59 miles an hour because to be honest, I just need to be in this lane, but... Oh, now he's pulling in. See you later. If I'll do... See you later.